Oh my God, what is up, YouTube? This is your boy, the African Bikora. I'm here with
Coop Star Cards, please. Hey, new channel, baby. Let's go, let's go.
We're here with, what is your name and what you do today?
I'm Vaughn Hommerding. I just played in the Omaha Regionals. I was playing Weather Painters and I got 6th place.
Ooh, interesting, interesting. What made you play this deck? That I'm pretty sure no one in the room was playing it.
Yeah, no one usually is. When I started at the beginning of this year, I was a poor college student, so my rules were I had to like the art and it had to be cheap as hell.
Okay.
So,
oh, well, you definitely nailed that one, man.
There you go. So that's how I got started.
Okay. What were some of your matchups like?
I played against a lot of meta today. First round was Thunder Dragon, which was my loss. And then the rest of the rounds were all kinds of stuff. Orcus, Sky Striker, Salads, 2 Grand Majus, and an invoked weird format. It wasn't like Invoke Mech Knights, but it was some Invoke variant. So that's what I played.
What'd you lose against?
Thunders, first round in
Oh,
time.
yeah. Okay.
And you won out.
I did. I
Awesome.
won all the way to the end. So.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, let's get almost to the spice, bruh.
Sounds good. So you run 3 snow because this is your best monster. It's your play starter. It lets you get any of your canvases and you place them face up on the field, which is nice because a lot of people try to hand trap this and they can't ash it. So this is what starts all your plays on your normal summons. Have to run 3. You want to see it in your opening hand every time.
Okay.
Then I run 3 Thunder. This is probably your best after snow. It lets you swap out your canvases, which is how this deck survives. So you can cycle out 1 canvas by sending it to grave and then putting another face up from the deck on the field. So a lot of them will put them face up on the field. It doesn't add and it doesn't activate. So it's very hard to negate that. So you play 3 Thunder as well. Next, I got 2 Cloud. Cloud is really important because people don't read because they see a dictionary here and they give up. And the reason why Cloud is important is because if you Twin Twister me and Cloud's on the field, if any of my weather cards go to grave, I can grab any 2 of my canvases from the graveyard, which is my back row, and I can put them back on the field. So if you Twin Twister 2 of my canvases, I just yoink them back, and it doesn't matter. So Cloud's really good for the grind game. You play 1 Sun. Well, I play 1 Sun. You can get this guy back from grave, so you do him to link into Rainbow, which is your link monster. You never really want to see him. You usually want to special him from the deck using one of the canvas cards. And I also want to run Aurora. You really never want to see this in your opening hand, but she loves to show up there. We love Garnet. So she's really important because they can't target or destroy your back row canvases with spell effects. So that's actually all for the weather monsters. I would like to run Phantasmes, but my buddy was barring them, so I do not have any.
Yeah, yo, they need Phantasm still topped. Okay.
So with the canvases, these are really important. This is a Rota for the entire archetype. And so literally every turn you can add any weather card in your hand as long as you have a monster resolve it. And people make this mistake as well. I have an average of 2 to 3 judge rulings a day where someone will ask me if the spell or trap effect is activating or the monster effect. And for people who haven't played against this deck, the effect listed on this card is given to monsters in the zones above and next to it. So the monster effects activate, not the spell and trap. So people make that mistake a lot. It has to be at 3. Really important. You run the 1 Rainy because there can only be 1 as a dumb card and should just never exist. And it destroys my life, and I can't handle it. So this lets you return a spell or trap, non-targeting, to your opponent's hand. So you just chain in the end phase when you know they set. There can only be 1. So other canvas cards, these are the only trap canvases that we run. This just came out in Dark Neostorm. It's what makes the deck from tier like 12 to tier 6. It's not trash anymore. It's just like recycling. So Thundery Canvas is big because this non-targeting bounces monsters to the hand. So they can't ever swing into you unless they have some way to negate it. And then Rainbowed is arguably the best back row in the deck. Once per turn, you can special summon a different weather monster from the deck. That's it.
Okay.
So in terms of non-weather cards, the only other monster I run were 3 Ash. Because it's Ash.
Yeah.
Next, shout out to my buddy Matthew, because I can't afford these, but we run Extravagance and 2 Duality, which is kind of like, I took inspiration from Altergeist builds, because Duality's dead a lot of times, but you really need to dig turn 1, because your best turn 1 is normal summon, banish your own monster, and pass, which is pathetic. So you really need to dig for the negates you're going to set up while you try to stall out the game and build up your board. So that's why we run those. When you draw Duality, off of Duality, it feels terrible, but it is what it is. Next, we've got Traps. We have the skillful cards, the Floodgates. 3 lose 1 turn, and skill drain.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
you're
So skilled. Yeah.
Literally, yeah, evenly skilled, I would say. So usually your turn 1s result in snow, and before snow comes back from its own effect, you just lose 1 turn, and you pray to God they don't have Cyclone. And not a lot of people drew into it. So then, apart from that, we also have 3 strikes. This is all just to make sure I get monster on the board.
Okay.
We have 3 torrentials.
Torrential. Old school.
Because you can chain it to your own summons and then banish your painters away before they get hit.
Oh.
They always come back on the next standby phase. So very often I'll just normal a painter, banish all of them away for their effects because banishing is cost. That's why we can run skill drain. And it's a board wipe for them. On their turn.
Yep.
Then we run 2 drowning. The reason why is because if you banish them all away, your board's empty, and everyone thinks, "Oh my God, it's a free dub," and then you have the set and you win.
He's a free
How many people you caught with that today?
And then we have just a couple of cards. We've got 2 Waking the Dragon. Now, before you ask, yes, this resolved 0 times today.
Okay.
So screw this card, but when it resolves, it's sometimes just a free win into anything. And then for the 41st card, because running 40 deck cards is just not it, I run the Macro Cosmos just because why let anyone recur resources? None of my cards go to grave, none of my effects happen in grave, so I don't care. I banish everything. So that's it for the main deck. That's 41 cards.
Resolve drowning.
How many times did I resolve drowning? I think 3 times.
Yo.
So it was really good in the Grand Magi match.
Yo, nigga try to tech for game. Oh my God.
I had it solemned a couple times as well.
I bet.
Yeah.
I hope-
So in the side extra deck, words, run 3 of the link. So she works like the canvases. If I have any materials under her, they all get the effect that they're solemns, and that's not once per turn. So if you have 3 materials under a rainbow, you have 3 solemns per turn, and it comes back every turn.
Jesus Christ.
So if you get this out, it's usually game because she also has a negate on any summon, so that's 4 negates without counting any of your back row.
Damn.
More links, 1 Boral Sword.
Yeah.
Duh. 1 Hida, and then a Nightmare Phoenix because back row. Why not? Now we've got a lot of fusions. These are super poly targets, obviously, and you're probably like, "Hey, where are the other ones?" It's because I didn't have them, so we just went with what we got.
Yo, he got a budget Weatherly deck, and he just out here
exactly.
top 8ing. Yo, no fantasies is nothing. Okay.
So then the last 5 cards in the extra deck are Waking the Dragon targets and a Metaltron target. So usually if you resolve Waking going to Raid Raptor, it wins almost every meta matchup. Otherwise, you just have other stuff to shut out your opponent. Didn't resolve today, but I'll never not main them because it's so good. You play mind games, you side out your battle traps, you only have Waking, they'll always pop back row.
Yeah.
So then extra deck is
Side deck.
Thank you. Words are tough.
I got you.
This card is sweet. Also because it's live past turn 1, because when I activate, I chain banish all my painters away and none of them get tributed. So I can just, it's not bad if I draw it like turn 4 or 5, it's always usable. So 3 Nibiru. Last monster is 1 Metaltron. That's because I contribute my canvases, and a lot of times it's game if I get out Metaltron, especially because I can recur my resources even if I tribute it. So 1 Metaltron. Then I have 3 Cyclones because I needed some sort of spell and trap hate. For there can only be 1 because that card sucks. 3 Super Polys. It's not usual that you have as many Super Polys as targets, but you know, hey, we make it work. 2 Impermanents because I'm poor. 3 evenly matched because I'm bad. And then my Nibiru token. So there you go. That's the weather painters right there.
All right, sounds great. Is there any shout outs you would like to give? Or
yes.
Okay.
I have to shout out my buddy Matthew, Team 266.
Yo, shout out to Matt.
Shout out to Matt.
Yo.
Because he gave me the extravagances, and I can't play this deck without them. Shout out to locals at Sioux City because all the guys there are great. And shout out to everyone else that plays Weathers because this deck sucks, but you know, we power through.
Hey, the deck might suck, but you got a top 8, buddy.
Exactly. Now we never have touched again. Shout out to Direct. I think that's it. Thanks, guys.
All right, I appreciate the deck profile and congrats on your top 8.
Thank you.
Peace.